Milton Erickson.
Ah, excellent. Thank you very much indeed. Milton Erickson. So, if you actually have the capacity to talk in a fashion of the one that did this and the one that did that, perhaps thinking about, I wonder what that person's problem might be in the interaction that that person was having with said other person. And if perhaps you were doing a little bit of a trance of some sort, and were to use a little bit of that language with the one that did the having the problem with the one that did the problem, whatever those behaviours might have been, as to what you might do with that in the play you might have for their unconscious mind. So just a possibility. Now, excellent. I do have another example here which I'm going to share with you. This was in my magic book here of what I was about to say. So I was talking to another chap down in his tavern the other day, and he said that his captain had shouted at him. Well, I said to him, I have a counter to this. The one who was being shouted at tells the one who did the shouting a tale, for which the man who did the shouting would benefit in the finding of treasure by the listening to the one who was shouted at, if the one who did the shouting would just shout a little quieter. To the one receiving said shouting at, the one who did the shouting could become somewhat financially superfluous in the finding of the treasure. Are you with me there? Excellent. So that's all good fun. Now, that's language pattern number one. Hello.
Can you actually use this to manipulate people?
Can you use it to manipulate people? I have never, ever in my whole of my life manipulated anybody, mate. So, let us have a look now at the next one. So what we're going to do now is a little bit of negating negations. Now I heard about a rather clever goody-goody called Descartes, who discovered some rather fancy coordinates that some of you might be familiar with, that would take people off their map and into the void, as it were. Of course, when we go off of the map, some people are a bit nervous about going off their map. Other people are quite happy to do so, because those people that are happy to do so have remembered that off the map, it's not here be monsters, but here be treasure. Always the treasure is found on the edge of the map. Now, negating negations. You will find in the handout that there are some examples of negating type words. But from your experience, what are some examples of negating type words?
Not.
Not, thank you very much indeed, a most magnificent one, if I do say so myself. Indeed, thank you.
Never.
Never, thank you very much indeed, yes. What are some of those other negative-y type words? Don't, excellent. Can't, okay, thank you very much.
Won't.
Won't, oh hello.
Shouldn't.
Shouldn't, you're getting good at this now.
Mustn't.
Mustn't. Now, oughtn't. Let's have that one for in there as well. What you'll find is that there are certain words that also act like resisting. Resisting, that is one of them, but they also act like negating type words. Uncertainty is also a negative word because it's not certain. So there are lots of other words which you'll find examples of. So, if I have anything to say about something, I shall let you know. But as I have nothing to say about anything, and hence something to say about nothing, let's talk about nothing for a moment. Because I wouldn't consider not negating negations, because if I didn't, then you wouldn't know that negating negations can be quite entrancing. Now, I'm not trying to be trying here, of course. I'm a man of my word. And I would only be tempted by temptation if I couldn't resist the resistance. If you get my drift. Honestly, have you no certainty in a pirate like myself? Trust me, nothing I say is true. But you can be certain that there is certainly a lot of uncertainty about. And if you are certain about your uncertainty, the likelihood is you must uncertainly be certain to be sure. Now, do you get the drift with this one? That by using knots, and some of you may well know this one already to some degree, but I'd also ask you and encourage you to explore not just with knots, with Cartesian coordinate examples, but also to test out some of perhaps the examples that you've got there. Resisting resistance. What does that one do? Uncertain certainty. Uncertain uncertainty.